In the last session, we developed multiple APIs. Regarding we developed multiple APIs, right? Maybe for CRUD operations in different styles, so maybe for student table, student model, or for employee model, we developed just several APIs, right? Okay, like. But here I developed one API. Last example, if you observe, suggest views.py. Regarding views.py. So to perform CRUD operations for employee, okay, we developed some API. So now take very special care. If you want to get all the records, can you please tell how I have to send the request? Yes, friends, what is the end point? What is the end point? To get all employee records, HTTP 127.0.0.1 slash some 8 here just a colon 8000, okay, like a slash API. Okay, you know. So here there is one problem is there. What is the problem is, sir, once I moved this application to the production server. Okay, I moved this API to the production server. Okay, now assume that it is in the live server. Now any person can send a request with this endpoint. Happily is going to get all employee records. Sir, any person can send a post request to create a new employee. Next, any person can send a request to perform full updation, partial updation. Any person can send a request to delete an employee object. So these endpoints can be accessed by any person. You never talks about, sir, only these people are allowed to access. There is no such type of security kind of things for our API. Correct or not? Any person, you can send the request, I can send the request. Any person can send a request to get the data. Any person can send a request to create a new employee. Any person can send a request to perform partial update, full update, or can delete like. Then where is the security for our resources? Where is the security for our API? That's why. So there may be a chance of security problems will come in the picture. So up to this, whatever APIs we developed, we never had a discussion. So this endpoint can be accessible by only admin person. This endpoint can be accessed by only anonymous person, but only for read operation. Anonymous person can't perform write operation, can't perform post operation, delete operation. Such type of things we are not allowed. Where you specified up to this, we are not having any such type of things up to this. That's why. So our API will become not secure. Regarding not secure. So to provide security for our API, compulsory we should go for one special topic, authentication and authorization. Are you getting right? Authentication and authorization. Yes, special topic we have to go for that. Is it clear, right? What the need of this topic? Friends, what the need of this topic? Is it clear, right? So our APIs can be accessed by any person, any person. So any person by using endpoints, right? Our endpoints can be accessed by any person. So where is the security, sir? You can create new account. You can delete existing account. So if any person can delete new account, can modify existing account, or can get all the accounts, where is the security for your data? Maybe the problem is there. That's why our endpoints, we have to provide some sort of security. For that, we require to go for authentication and authorization concept. Clear? So what is the meaning? What is the purpose? When we should go for authentication and authorization? Are you able to get basic idea, right? Simple words are to provide security for our endpoints. Regarding some concept must be required. That concept itself is nothing but authentication and authorization, right? Okay, well, so now my question is, what is authentication? What is authentication? Can you please spell out, sir? What is authentication? Anyone? Yeah. What is the difference between authentication and authorization? Yes, friends. When we should go for authentication? What the need? What the purpose of authentication? Sir, take very special case. Suppose best example. If you want to enter in the company, you know everyone having access cards. Access cards are available, right? Everyone having the access cards. Now, if you want to enter in the company, ID card must be compulsory or not? If you are working in the company, ID card must be compulsory, sir. Security person is going to check whether you have valid ID card or not. Means that so the process of validating user or validating requester whether this person is the valid person or not, okay, is called authentication. Sir, very simple, sir. If you want to check your Gmail compulsory required to provide your username and password. If you want to check your account balance, ICICI Bank account balance, you require to provide customer ID and password. Okay, customer login ID and password compulsory required. Some sort of authentication must be required to identify whether this person is the valid person or not. So the process of validating sir user is called authentication. The process of validating user is called authentication. So most of the times we can implement authentication by using username and password combination. Regarding username and password combination, most of the times or sometimes by using some tokens, we can identify whether this person is a valid person or not. Correct, right? So some token, even in our day-to-day life also, you know, sometimes whenever you went to some hotel or somewhere, okay, monthly pass if you want to take, then automatically after paying 3,000 rupees, then one small token they are going to provide. Every day you require to show that token. Regarding some tokens, or otherwise provide username and password combination, or otherwise your access card itself is nothing but, you know, which can be used to authenticate whether you are the valid person or not. So the process of validating user is called authentication. Username, password combination, tokens like we are going to use. Up to this, any doubt? Everyone in the position to understand, right? Okay. Next, to perform authentication, DRF. Of course, to implement authentication for our API, for our endpoints, DRF provides several inbuilt authentication mechanisms. Regarding several inbuilt authentication mechanisms provided. Several inbuilt authentication mechanism provided, right? Sir, what are those? The first one is basic authentication. The first one is basic authentication. Next, session authentication. Third one, token authentication. The fourth ones are JWT. What is that JWT, sir? Can you please spell out? JWT. JSON. Please respond. JSON window token. Token authentication. JWT authentication. Sometimes in the interview room, maybe a chance to ask this type of things, right? Like multiple types of authentications will be provided by DRF. Remember this one, sir. Of course, some are implicitly. Sometimes it may take third-party help also. But anyway, these are various authentication mechanisms we are going to use. But the main purpose of all these authentication mechanisms is only one word: whether this request is a valid request or not, whether this person is a valid person or not. So just to validate request or user, some mechanism must be required, which is nothing but authentication. Everyone can able to understand up to this? Any doubt? Just aware these are four words. Can you please spell out especially this one? What is this one, sir? What is this word? Very important word. Token authentication. Sir, second one, JWT, JSON window token authentication. Sometimes maybe a chance in the interview room, he may ask, JSON web session, web token, window token. Sorry, web. Let me check. Maybe. Okay, sir, web or window, we may check. Don't worry, sir. Sir, now do you know what is the main sir purpose of these things are, sir, authentication sake. Entire person sometimes may ask, Array, have you ever implemented API for your application? Then automatically, yes, I developed the API for the web application. I involved, sir, in API development also. Have you provided security for your API? Yes. Which type of authentication you use? Then automatically you can spell out, yes, token authentication, sir, token authentication, JSON authentication, or otherwise to session authentication, right? Happily you can able to tell. Of course, some more authentication mechanisms are there who are like multiple types of authentications, right? Sir, clear right up to this? Yes, aware the words, but how you can implement, that's now we are going to discuss in detail. Next one, sir, authorization. Can you please tell what is the difference between authentication and authorization? Anyone? Difference between authentication and authorization? Good. Sir, one word I want. Yeah. Good, Neeraj. One word I want. Okay. Sir, I am valid customer of ICICI Bank. Assume that. Valid customer of ICICI Bank. Now I will ask. I will provide my username and password. Can you please provide my account balance? Then immediately ICICI website is going to tell, Durga, your account balance is some 1 lakh or 2 lakh, something like it's going to provide. But assume, Array, I'm the valid customer of your bank only. How much balance, sir, Amitabh Bachchan has? Amitabh also having ICICI account. So can you please tell how much balance Amitabh Bachchan has? What the bank people are going to tell? So can you please tell? You are not authorized to access that information. You are not having access permissions to access that resource. Is it clear, right? Sir, similarly, do you know in the company, you are the valid employee of the company. With you can swipe the card, you can enter there in the company, right? But there are some rooms are available, especially server rooms. You know, server room, without permission, not allowed. Like somewhere you may saw this type of boards. Okay, in the software company sometimes we may see that. So restricted. You are not allowed to enter. You are not even you are valid employee of the company, but that particular thing you are not allowed. The reason for that is you are not having permission to enter into that. Are you getting right? So this type of thing is by default considered authorization. So what is the meaning of authorization? Is the process of validating access permissions of user. Access permissions of user is called the authorization. So this one is the very important, sir. User anyway valid, whether this user is allowed to send get request or not. Is this user is allowed to send post request or not? Is this user is allowed to perform delete or not? Array, user is a valid person. He provided his username, password or token, valid only. But the problem here is whether this person having access permissions or not. The process of validating access permissions of user is called the authorization. Friends, everyone in the position to understand, right? So what is authorization? What is authentication? So first authentication must be performed and then authorization, right? So after authentication, we have to perform authorization. Remember this one, sir. After authentication, we have to perform authorization like this, right? So next, DRF provides several permission classes to implement authorization. Okay, permission classes to implement authorization. Can you please tell? Very, very important, sir. What these the things? What are these? Everyone, can you please read once? Because this word we are going to use multiple times. Several permission classes. Okay, several permission classes to implement authorization. Sir, what are those? Can you please guess? Anyone? Yes, permission classes anyway. Can you please guess what those permission classes which are provided by DRF? DRF provide several permission classes, right? So very what we call very fortunate. All these things we are going to discuss. Sir, very easily you can able to understand. Nothing will be there, sir. Okay, first one, yellow any. Just aware the words. What is the first one? Yellow any. Yellow any means any person is allowed. Any person is allowed to access, no problem at all. Any person is allowed to access this endpoint, no restrictions, right? Okay, yellow any. Okay, next second one, sir, is authenticated. Is authenticated. Was only authenticated users allowed to perform this operation. If the user not authenticated, sorry, you are not authenticated, how you can provide this access? Like I will provide 401 status code response. Are you getting right? Okay, so this is authenticated. Okay, like next one, sir, is admin user. Is admin user, admin user, like a boss. If the user is the admin person, then only he is allowed to perform this operation. If he is not admin person, sorry man, you are not allowed to perform this operation. So admin person, like this, right? Next one, next terminology is authenticated. Is authenticated or read only. Is authenticated or read only. Sir, can you please tell? Observe this word, this permission class. Beautiful, sir. The class name itself is going to tell what it means, right? So here is authenticated or read only. Or read only means, sir, if any person can perform read only operation. Read only operation, but authenticated person can perform even write operation also. Remember this one, sir, write operation also. Okay, like what it means in detail we are going to discuss. First, familiar with the words, that's all. So LONE is authenticated, is admin user, is authenticated or read only. Next, the most powerful permission class where we have complete control about permissions is the Django model permissions. What is the class name? It is a class name, sir. Don't feel it is the word. It is the class name, Python class name. What is the class name? The Django model permissions. Okay, it is also one class like these things, right? Next, one more class is there. The Django model permissions Yanan read only. The Django model permissions are Yanan read only, like this, right? You people should have clear clarity about this terminology, right? So any doubt? Can you please just, my intention is you are not required to know internal meanings. Don't worry, sir. Don't worry, you are not required to give internal meanings. Once we are going to implement, then you people can able to understand very easily, right? Okay, well, sir, just Vinod, I will provide much focus on that. Don't worry, sir. LONE is authenticated, is admin user, is authenticated or read only. Django model permissions. Django model permissions are Yanan read only. Okay, like sir. Now just aware the words read operation, write operation. I want to divide into two categories, right? Read operation, write operation. Can you please tell get is the read operation or not? Read or not? Get man. Get is the read or write. Get means read operation. Observe very carefully, sir. So get is under read. Okay, excellent. Next, options. Options, of course, we never use it. It is also read only, because in the get result, only options header value we are going to get. It is also read only. Next, head operation also. Head operation also read. Next, post operation. Post. Hey, can you please create new account? Can you please create new employee? Like write operation. Can you please tell? I mean, post. Is it read operation or write operation? You have to tell. Post. Is it read operation or write operation? Okay. Post is write operation. Can you please tell what about put? What about put, sir? Put is write operation. Write operation, because updating, right? Next, patch is also write operation. Can you please, what about delete? Delete is the read operation or write operation? Oh, delete, man. Delete means update operation is going to be happen at server side. One resource will be deleted. That's why delete. Delete is also under write category only. You know, now I hope you are getting clarity. Which are read operations, which are write operations. Clear, right? Next, one more point. These three operations, these three HTTP methods are called safe methods. Are called safe methods. Remember these ones, sir. These three methods are called safe method. Because of calling these methods at the server side, we never going to get any side effects. Remember that. But these operations are not safe, because we may miss some data. We may miss some data because of these operations, right? Okay. Post means existing. So a new resource is going to be created because you are performing update operation, right? These are three methods in general considered, yeah, safe methods, safe HTTP methods. Remember these ones, sir. Okay. Well, sir, now can you please explain some authentication classes? Anyone, can you please tell some authentication classes, authentication types which can be used in the Django REST framework? Anyone, can you please tell? Respond, friends. What there? I covered session authentication, basic authentication, token authentication, and JWT authentication, like we have. Can you please tell some authorization classes, permission classes, sir, defined in DRF? Can you please provide some permission classes defined in DRF? Okay, sir, what those? Hello, any, good, is admin user, is authenticated. Next, is authenticated are read only. Next, Django model permissions. Django model permissions are non-read only. Just aware the words. Once we are implementing the concept, then you people can able to understand very easily. Nothing will be there, sir. Any doubt? After this is very clear for you people, right? Can I go for the first type of authentication, what we are going to implement, so that how you can provide security for your API? Okay, so the first one, very commonly used, of course. Let me easiest thing, sir, token authentication. What is this one, sir? Can you please spell out? Token authentication. Token authentication. I want to use, right? Okay. So whenever here, just observe that for every request, token will be associated to perform authentication. So web service, I mean API provider, will issue some token if this person is the valid person. Now with every request, the token is going to come. Now, sir, this API, I mean DRF, is going to validate whether this token is valid or not. If it is valid, then only he is allowed to perform the required operation. So where authentication can be performed by some token. Such type of authentication is called token authentication. Are you getting right? Authentication can be performed by some token. Such type of authentication is called token authentication. Remember this one, sir. Sir, token authentication is the best suitable for native desktop clients. Are you getting? For native desktop clients, for native desktop clients. Next and after that, mobile clients, this type of authentication is the best choice, man. If I have mobile application is there, sir, I want to communicate from mobile application to the Django. So for such type of mobile clients, highly recommended you should go for what? Token authentication. Desktop clients also recommended we should go for token authentication. That's all. Next, in the token authentication, for every user, token should be generated. Okay, respond. For every user, token must be generated or not? Can you please tell? For every user, token must be generated. For every request, token must be validated or not? Token must be validated or not? Yes. Okay. So now to generate token for every user, to validate token, whatever coming with every request, okay, we require to write kilometers of the code, okay, but to perform this token management, there is one application, there is one already implemented inbuilt application is there from the DRF. What is that application? Is Auth token application. Anyone can you please tell what is that application name? Please confirm. Auth token application, authentication token application. So this application is going to take care. This application is going to take care about token management, which is required in the token authentication. So this is inbuilt application provided by DRF. Inbuilt auth token is the inbuilt application provided by DRF. Remember this one. Any doubt? So now we are in our cinema, we are introducing new character. What is that character? Is auth token. It is the DRF provided third-party application, of course inbuilt application, which is the responsible for total token management. Shall we play the games with this auth token? Before implementing authorization and authentication, third party means of course DRF part only. Session. It is a part of DRF. Of course, DRF itself is the third party. Shall we play the games with this auth token? How this person is going to generate a token? How you can request for the token? Like these things, we have to do that. Yes. How you can? Very simple. Sir, now just what I want to take. I'm not implementing security for my API. First, how this auth token application is going to behave. Just for that, I want to spend some time. First step, sir. Of course, for implementing token authentication, this step must be required, sir. So include auth token application in our installed applications list. Okay, it must be required. Can you please add this auth token application, sir, in our installed application list inside settings.py? Can I go for that? Okay, here where settings.py, inside settings.py. Yeah, Sima, all those doubts will be clarified. How it is associated with the users. Next up, without having the user, is it possible to have the token? All those things by default will be there. Now, here, see this one? Here, what is the application name? I forgot. Please confirm. I forgot the application name. What is that application name? Auth token application. Auth token application is the part of REST framework. Correct or not? DRF. That's why REST framework dot auth token. Observe the style. REST framework is the package. In that auth token is one application. That's our first thing. Okay, we added this auth token to our installed apps. Okay, now the next thing, Listen this carefully. What is the job of author token? Can you please spell out what is the job of author token application? To perform token management. To perform, can you please observe that? To perform token management, right? Now, token generation, token validation, everything is going to take care by this application. So, generated tokens should be stored in some table. That table is nothing but token table. Are you getting? Tokens table. So this tokens table is the part of auth token application. That's why. So whenever there are some tables which are required for this application, once we add this application to our installed list, compulsory you require to perform migrate command. Then only this tokens table will be created. Remember that. So now I have one small doubt, sir. Of course, here let me start the server. Yeah, make migrations is not required because the corresponding SQL code is already there at the part of this application. Just you require to execute that SQL code. That's it. So migrate command is enough. First, let me check. Let me check, sir. Okay, all this nonsense is not required for me. Sir, let me check here what we call admin interface 127/admin. Okay, here it's already there. Yesterday's maybe. Sir, here no. 1 minute. Can you please observe that? 127/admin I'm taking. Now it is expecting Durga. Okay, now Durga 1 2 3 like this I'm taking, sir. Now have a look once, sir. Why this one it is there? Am I started which server? Is this maybe nowhere related to our application, man? 1 minute. Currently where we are? Can you please observe? Is it our application? No. Is it our application? No. It is my offline application, sir. Now, sir, here just see the rest apps OT. Next with the rest. What is that last number? C4. Correct, right? This is our application. Can you please cross check? This is our application, right? With the rest C4. Okay, like this is now let me start the server. Py manage.py. Okay, run server. This is our current application. Now our project development server just started. Now let me go for here like immediately it will ask Durga and then Durga 1 2 3. Okay, 100% pakka. Why this bloody table? It's already created. Yeah, good. It is not already there, sir. Okay. Now observe, this table is not already there, but actually, so we added, sir, if I can click this one, now what it is telling? No such a table auth token _ token. Correct or not? There is no such type of table like this it's going to tell. So after adding this one, immediately what we require to do, compulsory you have to migrate. Okay, let me stop the server. Yes, let me perform migrate command. Py manage.py migrate. So now auth token application related tables got created. Are you getting right? Auth token application related tables got created. Now let me check. Let me check, sir. Here, if I can take this is the let me start the server. Migration completed. Let me start the server and then let me just send the request. Yes, tokens. Can you please cross check? Tokens table created or not? Yes. Now you are not saying, you are not getting any error. The table is there. Can you please tell how many tokens are there currently? No token. Are you getting? No token is there, sir. Currently there is no token. Now How many users are there currently? Anyone, can you please tell? How many users are there currently? Only one user. Only one user. Of course, who is this user, sir? So per user. So per user, what is the username? Durga. Now let me create token for this super user. Yes, man, it is possible. It is possible to create token for this user. Now add token. Observe very carefully, sir. Add token. Whenever I'm trying to add a token, you are asking about which user. What is the username? Can you please tell? Durga? What is the username? Durga. That's all. Now can you please save? Can you please save? Excellent. Now token generated. Are you getting that? This is the token which is generated associated with Durga. Any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand, right? Respond. Okay, token generated. We know REST framework, then automatically auth token also included because they are the part of REST framework, right? Why? This is compulsory. We require to add explicitly. REST framework. If you want a particular application, it should be there. All applications may not. You know. Yeah. Clear, right? So this is this one. Okay, like the token got created. Okay. Now for every user, compulsory this token must be created either in the backend or user can ask, oh, can you please generate my token? Like there is a possibility is there. That option also I will show. Now what that is, let me create one more user. Of course, these users coming from auth application. Remember that. Coming from auth authentication and authorization, inbuilt Django inbuilt application users. I want to create one more user. Okay, add user. Can I take Sunny? Add user Sunny. What is the password I'm taking, sir? Durga123 and the confirm password Durga123. Sir, just like this, right? Sir, now save. Okay, well, it's already saved, sir. Forget about all the remaining extra things. Save. Okay, now can you please check how many users are there currently related to this application? How many users are there currently, sir? 2 users are there. Sir, authentication generated, I mean token generated only for Durga. But for Sunny, token is not there. Sir, if you want, we can generate token for Sunny also. For Sunny also. We can generate token for Sunny also. What is the way, sir? Very simple. Let me go to tokens table. Add token. Okay, add token. This time for Sunny, I'm generating the token. Save. Now observe. Sir, is it the same token or different token got generated? Same token or different token got generated? Different token got generated. Is it clear, right? So just aware, for every user, separate token will be there. So token per user. But who is generating this token? Respond, friends. Who is generating this token? Admin person in the backend. Admin person in the backend is the generating token. Sir, who is the generating? The token application is generating, but who is doing that activity? Sir, in the backend we are doing. But now you can ask directly, "Oi, auth token, can you please give my token, whatever associated with my username and password?" If you want, you can ask auth token application. Simply auth token application is going to tell Durga, this is your token. Next, if you want, you can ask auth token application, sir, this is my username and password. Can you please generate a token for me and return to me? Like so, you can send the request to generate token also. We are not required to do this activity manually. Remember this. Are you able to understand? How you can? That part I will take care, sir. Okay, sir, up to this in the backend, how we can generate token by using auth token application. This is what I want to do is assume that I want to ask auth token application. Hey, auth token application. Can you please give token associated with me? My username is Durga and my password is Durga123. How you can ask, sir? Sir, very simple. HTTP colon 127.0.0.1 colon 8000. This time you have to send the request to auth token application. Are you getting right? You require to send the request to auth token application to obtain the token. That's why we have to configure URL pattern of auth token application in the urls.py. Are you getting? So if you want to send the request, compulsory the match URL pattern must be there. Okay, first step what you have to do is in the urls.py, can you please add the auth token related URL pattern? Okay, let me open urls.py. Observe that, don't get confused. This is only one time activity, right? urls.py. Okay, now these are the URLs are available here. Now I have to configure URL pattern for which application? Please confirm. Now we have to configure URL pattern for which application? Auth token application, right? Sir, very simple, sir. Don't get confused. From REST framework, framework data auth token import views. Sir, do you know inside auth token views are there which contain several functions, right? Now let me define URL pattern. What is the URL pattern? Just I'm taking, sir, auth token related URL pattern to get a token, sir. Sir, very simple. So inside auth token application, there is one FOBV is there. What is the FOBV, sir? Ayo, respond. What is the FOBV, sir? Function based view. There is one function based view is there inside auth token application. The name of that function based view is very simple, sir. Obtain auth token. This is the function whatever present inside auth token application. If you send the request for this auth token application, I mean, well, with this URL for this view function, then which is the responsible to generate or to provide the required token. Okay, simple. So to communicate with auth token, some URL pattern must be required. That URL pattern which is internally pointing to this one, sir. Okay, now let me define. Here you can use any name. URL pattern is our own name. Get the API token I'm taking. What I'm taking, sir? Get API token I'm taking, sir. Here my job is views dot. What is the function name? Can you please tell? What is the function name? Views dot. Ayo, just now I told. What is that function name? Which is there inside auth token application? Obtain auth token. Have you observed, right? Obtain auth token, comma. If you want namespace, name is equal to maybe reverse URL. If you want, you can specify get the API token. Like this I'm taking, sir. That's so. If for partner application demand for token, then compulsory make sure, okay, this URL pattern should be available in your urls.py. Any doubt? Up to this, I didn't do much activity. Just I added one URL pattern, man, which is related to auth token, so that partner application can send a request to auth token to get the token, to get API token. That's all a simple thing what I did, sir. Now my job is, okay, when? Now I want to send the request. What is the URL pattern for this getting? Get the API token. Yeah, not necessary session. Get the API token. That's all, sir. Sir, this is slash is the very important. Take special care. Sir, get API token. This is the URL you have to send. But now in that URL you have to provide username and password. My username is Durga, and my password is Durga, and the password is Durga123. Durga123, like this, right? Now you can send a request to this URL pattern with this data. If you send a post request, then simply API token application is the responsible. API token application is the responsible to provide the corresponding token. Sir, I'm very much eager to know what is the token associated with the Durga. I want to see practically, sir. In the back end, are you seeing what is the token associated with the Durga? In the last 3 digits or 4 digits, can you please observe? 999. Are you getting? Now, just Durga is sending the request. Hey, can you please provide my data? Can you please provide my token? Like CMD. Now, sir, here, HTTP. Which request I'm sending? Post request. Which request I'm sending? Post request. Next, what URL I have to send, sir? This is the URL I have to send. If you can send the URL, if you can send this URL, any doubt? You respond. Any doubt? HTTP. I'm sending post request. Now this is the URL. Next, this is the data. Request data. What I'm sending. Now, auth token application simply going to provide. Okay, Durga, this is your token. Next time onwards, whenever you are sending the access API, can you please provide this token? Like, let me send. Is it going to work properly or not? Observe that. Perfect. HTTP status 200. HTTP status 200. Now, this is the Durga. This is the token associated with you at server side. Is it providing or not? Any doubt? Is the same token which is there in the backend or not? Partner application can send a request. Boss, can you please provide my token? This is my username and password. Okay, now this auth token application is going to generate the corresponding token. Okay, well, now if you want to cross check, sir, 5999, last 4 digits 5999. What is the token associated with Durga? 5999 perfectly. Okay, now, sir, same way, I want to ask Sunny. Hey, I don't want Durga. I don't want Durga related. I want Sunny related, sir. So URL pattern is the same. Only username will be changed. Now observe that if you can ask for Sunny. Now Sunny related token by default we are going to get. Now if you want, you can check 3A31D. If you want, you can check 3A31D. In the back end, is it the same or not? 3A31D. Okay? Yeah. Good, Chandan. We will discuss. Up to this, any doubt? Is the terminology very clear for you people, right? Okay. Now there is one small thing you have to give it. Do you know what is the request I'm sending up to this? Sir, just I'm trying to copy paste this request. This request I'm trying to copy paste. What this one is going to do is, if I send the request like this, how many activities it's going to be performed, sir? First one, auth token application. Auth token application can validate this username and password. Assume that, of course, internally DRF or Django some way. Sir, this username and password are valid or not? First validation is going to be happen. Authentication is going to be happen. Second one, sir. Auth token application. Auth token application will check if these are valid. If these are valid, auth token application will check whether token already generated or not. Already generated for this user or not. for this user or not. It will check, sir. So if a token already generated for this user, if a token already generated for this user, then existing token will be returned. Existing token will be returned. So now if a token is not already generated, what will happen? Can you please confirm? Are you in the position to understand my words? Everything I'm typing so that you people can get much clarity, right? So if you send the request like this, auth token application can validate, sir. Sir, auth token application will check whether the token already generated or not. If the token already generated, then existing token will be returned. If a token is not already generated, then a new token will be created. A new token will be created and stored in tokens table and send the token as the response. That's all. How beautiful this auth token application. Friends, are you in the position to understand, right? Now, what I want to take is, okay, I will create one user. I will create one user, sir. Okay, that user not already having the token, what will happen? Just I will show so that you will get much clarity, sir. Let me go to, this is users table, add user. Okay, user name. This time I'm taking Malika. I'm taking passwords are Durga 123 and Durga 123. Like this I'm taking. Okay, just save. That's also okay. Now a new user created. If you want, you can check, sir. What is the Malika? What is the name, sir? Malika. A new user created. Now let me check a token. But how many tokens are there? Only 2 tokens, sir. One token related to Sunny, another token related to Durga, but a Malika related token is not already available. Are you getting? Now what Malika, she is sending, Array, can you please give my token? Can you please give my token? Like Malika is asking. Sir. Can you please tell, is Malika having the token? Is the token already generated or not yet generated? Please confirm. Is it already generated or not yet generated? Not generated. But if you are sending the request, API token application is going to API token application is going to generate a new token or not? Will generate new token. If the token is not already there, a new token will be created and stored in the tokens table and send that token as the response. Now let me send the request. Okay, now what will happen is, observe that. Perfect. A new token got generated. Really, is it already stored? Is it stored in the tokens table or not? Let me open the backend. Let me refresh. Earlier only 2 tokens are there, but now onwards, how many tokens are there? 3 tokens are related to Malik, also a new token generated. Now I hope majority of the doubts got clarified. Clear, right? Every registered user can get the token. Every registered user can send a request to get the token. Possible if the token is not already there, no problem at all. Okay, like so this total token management, who is going to take care of the token application is the responsible for this activity. Okay, now I have one small doubt. What's my doubt is, take a bit very special care up to this side. So from the postman, how you can send the request? Because most of the times we never want to send the request from the command prompt. From the postman to get the token, I want to send the request. Observe that carefully, sir. How you can send the request from the postman? Very simple. What is the URL pattern to get the token? Can you please confirm? Get the What that, sir? I forgot. I forgot. What is that? What is that? Can you please spell out? Get a API token. This is my URL pattern. Are you getting? Get the API token. Okay, well. Next, which request I want to send? Post request. Post request. Okay, sir. Post request must be sent. Post request must be sent. Okay, well. Next, I require to provide username and password at the request body. At the request body like this, right? Sir, username and password in the body. Okay, in the body, just first one, sir, username. What is the username, sir? What is the username? Assume that Durga. What is the password? What is the password? Okay, password is Durga 123. Like this, I'm taking, sir. Now, take a bit very special care. I'm sending the request to auth token application to get the token associated with this username and the password. Associated with this username and password, it is the post request, right? Now, the token which is associated with these credentials will be returned. Now, have a look once. Send request. Yes. Am I getting the token or not? Am I getting the token or not? Yes, we are getting the token. Sir, have you observed 5999? 5999. Now, in our backend database also, 5999 is the token related to Durga. Okay, Chandan. So before getting the token, compulsory user must be registered. In the Django user module, we covered already how you can implement registration, sign in, sign out, log in, sign up, like these kind of activities already we discussed in the Django. Clear? Any doubt? Now, how to get the token based on your username and password? Everything is very clear for you people, right? So now, up to this, whatever we covered, how auth token application is working, whether it's working properly or not, how you did, okay? Up to that we discussed it, right? Here, now what I want to take is, take very special case, sir. This is my views function. Sir, up to this, I didn't touch views. Take very special care, very important part. Up to this, I didn't touch views. Just I touched first one in the settings.py, rest of framework.auth token, I added. Next, second one, sir. Second one, get API token URL if you want to get the token. That's all. Beyond that, nothing, sir. Sir, can we customize the response? This response is coming from auth token application. Okay, may provide customization or may not. But token sake, sir, we are not required to do customization. Okay, but API functionality, then we have to take care. Getting? Yeah. Now observe a bit carefully. This is my views function. Now I have one bigger doubt. Think a bit very carefully and then tell the answer. Think a bit very carefully and then tell the answer. Now I want to send the request to my API get request. Now come back to our original story. Sir, I want to send the request get request to my API, sir. 127.0.0.1 sir :8000 / API / like this I'm taking. Sir, this is my API. This is the API what we have. Now I'm sending which request, sir? Get request. Now I want to send get request. Get request, sir. Can you please tell? Can I list out all resources which are there in the database or not? Please confirm. Or is it going to demand for the token? If I send the get request, is it going to demand for the token? Or can I get the response as usual? Getting my doubt? Oh, I did a bigger activities, man. I did a bigger activities. I added one URL. Next and after that, I added one REST framework auth token application also. Can you please tell, am I going to get the response? or it will ask for the token. Yeah, shall we get response, or it will ask for the token? Okay, remember that it won't ask token, directly. We will get the response. The reason for that is where you specify to access this view class, authentication is required. Under this type of permission class only allowed. Where you specify? You didn't specify anywhere. Just you tested auth token functionality, how the token is generated, how it is going to create, like this type of thing. But we didn't implement. Now my next target is how to implement, how to enable, okay, sir, authentication and authorization. Have you remembered? For the authorization, one special word I used. What is the special word? Permission. Okay, how to enable authentication and authorization for our view class or for our endpoint. Good, sir. So this is, if you can able to do this, then security is ready for our API. Any doubt? How you can able to do this one? That's what you people should be aware. So now, very simple approach. What I want to tell. Very simple approach. What I want to cover. Observe that. So here you have to take two variables. The first one is authentication classes is equal to either list you can take or tuple you can take. Which type of authentication you are using? Please confirm. Which type of authentication we are using? Token authentication. Correct or not? Token authentication is a class. First we require to import from REST framework dot authentication import token authentication. Are you getting? Token authentication like this, right? You have to take from REST framework dot, sir, how you can enable from REST framework dot authentication import token authentication, just add that token authentication. So which type of authentication we are using means token authentication we are using. After this is the clear? Up to this is the clear, right? Token authentication. Next, which permission class? What about authorization? Okay, permission classes is equal to, have you remembered, right? There are multiple permission classes I covered. Hello, any, is admin user, is authenticated or read only, Django model permissions are enable read only, like multiple permission classes I covered. In this, I want to use is authenticated, means only authenticated people are allowed to access my endpoint. That's also. So first is authenticated, you have to import from REST framework dot do you know permissions import sir is authenticated, like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, don't think too much, it is a very easy, sir. Here is authenticated, like that. Can you please confirm in the view to provide security, how many lines of the code I added extra? Array, two import statements under two classes. Okay, two variables I declared. Beyond that, nothing. If you can do this type of thing, then security is ready for your API endpoint, sir. Yes. Now the security is ready or not? Now any person is allowed to access, no such type of rule. only valid persons only can able to access my endpoint. Are you getting? Now it is not arbitrary resource, it is not public resource, any person can use. No. So first, if you are sending the request, immediately my DRF will ask, hey, do you have the token or not? No, I'm not having the token. Sorry, you can't come to this place. Unauthenticated, unauthorized. Getting right? Can I test the functionality now? Can you please confirm? Can I test the functionality? Yes. Here, have a look once, sir. What I want to take? Now let me send GET request. Now the same GET request I'm sending, sir. GET request I want to send. How you can send GET request from command prompt, from the postman? Both the things I will show. Now have a look once, sir. I want to send HTTP. Okay. Now HTTP 127. Sir, 8000/API, like this I'm taking. Now immediately, if I can ask like this, immediately we are going to get 401 unauthorized. You are not allowed to perform this operation. If everything is working properly, then we won't get response. We have to get clear information. Sorry, you are not allowed to perform this operation, something like. Can you please have a look once? Excellent, man. Are you getting? What is the status code we are getting? 401 unauthorized. Authentication credentials were not provided. So sorry, you are not allowed to access this endpoint. Compulsory authentication credentials were not provided. Is it clear for all of you, right? So now our security is working properly or not? Yes. So I'm restricting, but how the valid person can communicate? How the valid person can communicate? By using token authentication. We know that it won't ask permissions. It is just accessing endpoint. We never going to talk about credentials. It never going to ask for the credentials. It is not our Django application. It is the API. Getting right, boss? To access third party. For the third party person, I want to provide JSON response. Okay, like now immediately how you can pass. Okay, this is one step. Now the same thing, if you want, I can send the request from here also. Okay, let me. So what we call, let me delete all headers also. Nothing headers also. Something is there. Headers also. Nothing will be there. Now I want to send the GET request. Of course, here also same response by default we are going to get. Don't worry about that. API slash like this I'm taking, sir. Now GET request I'm sending for my API. GET request I'm sending for my API. Now observe what the response is going to provide. Authentication credentials are not provided or not provided. 401 unauthorized access. So now my next job, how you can provide credentials, how you can provide your token, if it is from the command prompt, how you can provide, if it is from what we call postman, how you can provide. This one you people should aware clearly, right? Sir, very simple, sir, very simple. If it is from command prompt. If it is from command prompt, okay, GET request only. Next here API, that's all. So now what I have to take? HTTP API, like this I'm taking. Next here authorization. What is that, sir? Can you please just spell out? Observe a bit very carefully. Authorization : token. Authorization : token. What is the token, sir? What is the token? Maybe, sir, I got already token somewhere, or otherwise let me take from demo purpose from the database. I'm taking this token. Okay. Now here observe token like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. So this is the information what you have to pass, what you require to pass. Now, this token, if it is valid, immediately it's going to tell, oh, pass, you are asking about API all resources, right? These are the resources which are there in the database. Or I don't know which resources are there in the database, man. Okay, let me cross check. Admin, employees, how many records are there? 4 records are there. 4 records are available, right? Now, let me send the request. Sir, can I get the response? Now, can I get the response or not? Yes, definitely, because I'm providing valid token. I'm authenticated person only. Yes, valid token. I'm authenticated person. Happily, it is going to provide the response. Is it really provide the response or not? Now, observe. Have a look once. Ayyo. Now, copy. Now, here have you? I hope you people can able to see. Are you getting the response right? Now, observe HTTP like this, authentication, authorization, token, colon token like this. Now I'm getting the response. These are the 4 resources, whatever there in my database, in my model. So to send GET request, to send POST request, compulsory required to provide your token. Without a token, you won't get the response. You won't access this endpoint. That's why this type of authentication is called token authentication. Now my endpoint, is it secure or not? Aryan, no, because here you are asking about token authentication, right? That's why compulsory you require to pass token. Okay. Now, next, take very special case. Maybe Shashank, I'm not sure. Let me check. Okay, now the next one. Sir, okay, from the command prompt, we are getting very clearly how you can send the request with the token. Can you please show by postman also? Can you please show by postman also how you can send? How you can send by postman, sir? Okay, very simple, sir. Okay, now observe carefully. This is our postman. This is the GET request. This is the endpoint. Now here, if you want to send any token in the postman, where you require to provide is headers part. Are you getting? Remember this one, sir. Where you require to provide headers part. If it is data to API, then we require to provide as a part of body. Suppose tomorrow I want to create new employee, data I have to provide, or I want to perform updation, put operation, or patch operation, where you require to provide the data in the body. But authorization, authentication information, where you require to provide in the headers part. Can I send? Okay. Now here I'm sending. Here I'm sending, sir. Okay, authorization. Okay, like authorization. Next value. What is the value, sir? Token. Okay. Can you please tell what is the token I use, sir? Okay, this is the token I use. Now just specify token like this, right? Token like. Sir, have you observed what is the key authorization? Value means token followed by this is the token, just what I'm getting. Sir, now I'm sending GET request. Observe carefully my checklist. I'm sending GET request. This is my endpoint. Next and after that, yes, authorization and the token also I'm providing. Now, can I get the response or not? Can you please confirm? Can I get the response or not? Okay, now that's all. Now I have a look once. Am I getting the response or not? That's what you people should be aware. Seema, maybe this bearer means I'm not sure. Maybe some type of other authentication. Maybe. Shashank, you are also asking bearer. Where you face this one? Related to the PayPal? Yes, Seema. Where you faced that bearer like? Yeah. Authorization keyword fix. Maybe instead of token, maybe that name, maybe we can able to customize. Let me check. In the JWT, yeah, maybe. Okay, we will discuss. Don't worry. As of now, I didn't come across. Maybe in the future we may. Up to that, it's a very clear, right? Next, Shashank, I don't think compulsory we require to pass token, it seems. Yeah. Sir, up to this, is it clear for all of you, right? Any doubt about this one? Authentication? Yes. Now, take a bit very special care. 1 minute, sir. There is a small doubt is there. Yes, Priyank, good. Have you observed? Take very special care. Priyank is asking one wonderful doubt, sir. Have a look once, observe carefully. Sir, if the person who registered on partner app, that partner app required to communicate with our Django app. So how the partner app will send a request to our API so that registered user on partner app partner app gets is a required data. Example, the person which doesn't know this headache, this head code token in URL. Yes, very simple. Here, end user is not required to communicate with the this Django application. Who is the responsible to communicate with that? The partner application is the responsible to get the access. Are you getting right? Somewhere in the PayPal bank transfers, bank third party payment gateways, like how they are going to work is, of course, from with related to this user, whatever you require to pass, that thing is going to take care by partner application. End user never going to communicate, never going to communicate with that. Getting right? Priyank, that is the headache of partner application. Next. Okay. Shashank, anyone worked on PayPal? Like you people are asking the doubts. PayPal, yeah, PayPal. Like, sir, how the things are going to be happened there? So just the partner, our application can communicate with the PayPal. So end user, I don't think not required to do. How they will communicate. Okay. So just anyway, maybe if we are going to if we are going to integrate at least one payment gateway, then we will get these type of doubts. We can able to clarify. Don't worry, sir. So maybe let me check that option also. Sir, as of now, my endpoint is secured or not? Can you please confirm? As of now, my endpoint is secured or not? That's what I have to. That's what I have to consider as of now. As of now, at beginning days of our security, right? So now, any person is allowed to send the request. Those days gone. If a person has a token, if the person is valid user, then only he is allowed to access my endpoint. That's also. Now my API will become secure the type of authentication what I used, sir, is a token authentication. Now I have one small doubt, sir. How you enable token authentication? Observe carefully. My next point is very important. How you enable token authentication for your employee, I mean correct CBV, for your view class. Very simple. These are the two lines I added in this class. Authentication classes, permission classes, like I specified, automatically token authentication is going to be there for this, correct? Now my question is, tomorrow I have some more endpoints are there, some more CBVs are available. Assume that some more, almost around 10 CBVs are there. 10 CBVs are there. Means 10 endpoints are there. Assume that 10 CBVs are there or 10 endpoints are there. If you want to implement authentication, if you want to enable authentication for every CBV, what you have to do? Please confirm. What you require to do? In every CBV, compulsory we require to write these two lines. Is it clear? Okay, respond. Is it clear for all of you? How many times we require to write? Can you please tell how many times we require to write? 10 times. 10 times. For every view class, compulsory we require to do that. For every view class, compulsory we require to do that. Now my question is, sir, 10 view classes are there. 10 times we require to write the same. What is the use, sir? What is the use? Can you please have some solution for this activity? Like some people may ask. Okay, beautiful solution. You can define one mixin. We can define one mixin, and I add that mixin here. Automatically, these two properties will come from that mixin. One solution. Okay, coding. If you are very expert in the coding, mixin, by using mixin, you can able to do that. Second activity, instead of enabling locally for a particular class, you can enable authentication globally. Are you getting right? You can enable authentication globally. Okay, inside settings.py. File. Okay, if you can do this configuration inside settings.py file, then for all CBVs automatically, yes, this security by default will be there. I mean, this authentication is going to be applicable. Thoda clarity. So in how many ways we can enable authentication? There are two ways are available. First way, what is the first way, sir? There are two ways are available. What is the first way? Locally for a particular class. Second way, sir, global way. Mixins is our style, but it's not a general approach. Either local or global. Global like. How you can do globally inside settings.py? Then immediately you may ask, sir, inside settings.py, which code we require to write? Very simple, sir. Have a look once, settings.py. Anywhere you can write. Anywhere you can write, no problem at all. Here I am taking. Sir, observe the code what I am writing. REST framework. Are you getting these configurations related to REST framework? Sir, just this is. What is this one? REST framework is a dictionary. Like this I am taking, sir. This is REST framework dictionary. In that, the first ones are default authentication classes. This is the key, sir. Default authentication. Can you please observe my spellings properly, sir? Default authentication classes. This is the key, sir. Sir, now what is the value? You can go for either tuple, or list. No problem. So which one you require to take? Authentication is the token authentication. But where the token authentication is available, REST framework dot authentication, REST framework dot authentication dot token authentication, like this, right? Okay, token authentication, like we have to take comma, because it's a tuple, compulsory single value tuple, comma must be required. Any doubt? Any doubt up to this? So now authentication class we specify. Authentication class we specify like this, right? Sheshan, what it means? Default, underscore symbol. Yeah. Default authentication classes. Default authentication classes. Okay, like a REST framework dot authentication dot token authentication, comma. Second one, sir. Default. What is the next one? Please confirm. After authentication, what is the next one? We have to take care. What is the next one? Default permission classes. Default permission classes. REST framework dot. I forgot, sir. Can you please tell? Ayo, REST framework dot. Array is authenticated. Where is available? What is the corresponding package complete? Full qualified name. REST framework dot. Ayo, sir, you should not ask these type of questions. Like, are you feeling? REST framework dot permissions dot. Okay, permissions dot is authenticated. Are you getting? Permissions dot is authenticated. That's all. If you can configure these two things inside settings.py file, now such security is applicable for all CBBs. No one is allowed to access without token authentication. Remember that. So now what I want to take is, let me comment these two lines. Let me comment here also this part, sir. Let me comment this part. Now observe it very carefully. Both the things I commented. Both are commented. Now authentication is there or not there? Can you please confirm? Authentication is there or not there? Not there. Now let me send the request. So now here have you observed? I don't want to pass any authentication. I removed, sir. I don't want to pass any authentication. Happily we are getting the response. No authentication. Now let me enable globally. Sir. Yes, now I enable globally. Now can you please confirm authentication is required or not? Please respond. I enable globally in the settings.py. Authentication is required or not? Yes, definitely authentication is required. Send. If I click this one, now immediately, authentication you didn't provide. How I can access? Now in the headers part, now you have to do that. Now we have to do here authorization token. Sir, what that token is? Here just observe any token, sir. Already we have some token. Okay, token like this. Now send the request. Perfectly data is going to come. Clear, right? Up to this, any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand, right? So this token will be permanently saved. This token is already permanently saved. That's why happily you can save this token in your local machine. You can send the request forever. That depends on service provider. Service provider may provide this token for only 1 month. After 1 month, this token may be disabled. That depends. Sima. Getting right? So, in how many ways we can enable token? Enable authentication? 2 ways. One is local way, second one is global way. Okay, sometimes what will happen is, now listen carefully. Now a bit observe a bit very carefully about this one. Sir, I have 10 applications, 10 CBVs are there, sir. First one, of course, in my project, 10 CBVs are there. Assume that 10 CBVs are there, means 10 endpoints are there, sir. For all these endpoints, security must be required. For all these endpoints, security must be required. Then, shall we go for global or local? Please confirm. Shashank, can you please go for global or local? Global or local? Yes, global. Because 10 times we are not required to specify, global is always recommended. Now, I don't want security for a particular CBV, sir. Are you getting? For this unrestricted access, I want to provide. Unrestricted access, I want to provide. Then, only for this, you can define local. Now, this local configuration is going to override global configuration only for this particular CBV. For all the remaining endpoints, happily global configurations are going to be affected. Are you in the position to understand, Shashank? Okay, what you can do? Okay, globally, I said already. I said globally. I said already. I said, sir, this is authenticated must be required. But so for my particular endpoint, what I want, sir, is authenticated. I don't want yellow any. Are you getting yellow any? Now have a look once, sir, to access this one without token authentication, without anything, sir, happily you are allowed to access. Getting right? Happily we are allowed to access. The global settings are applicable for the remaining endpoints, for the remaining CBVs, but not for this view class. So at any point of time, global functions you can override with the locals, no problem at all. So all the people are in a position to understand up to this. So just get the basic idea about security. Right now, yeah, that part we are going to take care next level. Yes, we can apply multiple authentication classes. We can apply multiple permission classes also. One by one, all the things are going to be happen. I want token authentication, session authentication, both. I want, sir, there are two permission classes like. You can define multiple. That's why it's a list or tuple. Maybe left to right, because you are allowed to provide either tuple or list, means order is important, obviously left to right. Sima. Even you can define your own custom permissions also. How you can do that? That part also I will take care. Don't worry. Okay, so get the basic idea how to secure your endpoints so that everyone is allowed to access. No, sir, only registered users can access, or only intended users can able to access my endpoint. Clear? So just to get this basic idea, in the next session I will talk about some more permission classes. Then you people will get much clarity. Don't worry about that.